Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be talking about whether you should go to a web development or a bootcamp. I think I previously did a video about this, but it was a little bit long, and I believe that I didn't explain properly whether you should or you should not go to a web development bootcamp or to enroll into a computer science degree. So I'm a computer science student right now. I also went to a boot camp. I went to Iron Hack, and I guess at some point I was self-taught prior to all that. So I guess I have the experience in order to say and judge which option is best for you depending on your situation, and that's what I want to say. There's not a specific decision for everyone. I think everyone has a different situation, and hence different situations, different choices may help you out better. So I went to Iron Hack in Miami. That's my background. I wanted to do like a quick career change. So I took a full-time web development bootcamp, and after that I got a job like about a month after the bootcamp. So it really served me well. It served its purpose. And after that, I continued working. Had some personal stuff happening, but fortunately, I could study because right now I'm studying computer science and work at the same time. Basically, I'm like freelancing here and there, and I can help myself out with some costs. And so yeah, right now I'm studying computer science because I really like the theory, and I think there's something very the knowledge that computer science gives you it's worth a lot in my opinion. So with um, with less digression, or without me digressing more, let's go into the comparison. So first of all, there's actually web development versus computer science versus to self-taught. But I'm not going to go into self-taught, or I'm going to go into very small details. I believe that the only situation where you should go self-taught compared to the other options is that if you're in high school or you don't have the need to learn programming ASAP, and you also don't have the means to pay a career. Other than that, I would be considering web development bootcamp or a computer science degree, and I'm pretty sure that if you're looking at this video, you're trying to decide which of them both is better, the computer science degree or the bootcamp. So I just want to make a metaphor because some people don't have the idea. What is the difference? Is it really like a substitute one for the other? Like, does the bootcamp really substitutes computer science? And my opinion is no. And I would think that the majority of people would say no. Some people say it is a substitute, but I truly think that it's not. And here's like a metaphor. I know it's not like very explicit maybe, but it helps me to think about it that way, or it helps me explain it to people that don't know about programming or about boot camps. So the metaphor that I always use to explain the difference is basically a web development bootcamp is like taking a DJ or producing music course, and they promise you to teach you how to produce a song, or produce songs, or produce musics, different type of musics, etc., and how to mix and have like a performance for the future and whatnot. So that would be kind of like the boot camp. And then you have the music degree where they teach you theory, harmonics, scales, different instruments, progressions in beats and rhythms and rhythm signatures and whatnot, like a little bit more complex type of theory behind the music. Whereas in production and DJ mixing, it's not really that theoretical, but it's more practical. And that's kind of the same with web development and computer science, where web development, they teach you like more practical knowledge, and computer science, they teach you more theoretical knowledge. Now, that doesn't mean that one is better or worse than the other. They're just different. You do have DJs and producers that are making bunch of money, like a lot of money, compared to people who took music degrees. And I mean, you also have people that have music degrees who are also DJs or guitar, I don't know, instrument players, or it doesn't mean that if you take a music degree because you went to the theory part, doesn't mean that you're not gonna do well. But same goes to the opposite. Like, just because you're taking a course in DJ and music producing, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna do well. There's actually a lot of DJs banking money. So I think that's a really good comparison. Same with web development and computer science. So computer science goes more in theory, and you have web developers who are making a good amount of salary compared to some computer scientists out of the college. But that doesn't mean as a computer scientist you're gonna earn less, or I don't know, that you're limited to some stuff, which actually, like, quite the opposite. I think you have more choice of freedom in the programming, I don't know, array or plethora, gamma, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so basically those are the differences. I would say I chose to study computer science because, just like the DJ and music production metaphor course, they would teach you something that is a little bit limited. Same thing for the web development bootcamp. They teach you one thing specific when it comes to programming, which in the web development bootcamp case is just like developing websites. And computer science gives you like a wider view of what is programming. I mean, not even programming. They teach you like the science of the computer. They teach you hardware stuff. They teach you software stuff. There's more that goes into the computer science degree that you won't see in the web development bootcamp. So that's why I also like the fact that I'm studying computer science in addition to my course that I took in web development bootcamp, in the web development bootcamp. So yeah, those are the comparisons, and I just want you guys to know now. That doesn't mean, like, there's a bunch of web developers that went into a web development bootcamp that program far better than computer scientists, like, out of college after a year, after two. So don't think that because you're going to a web development bootcamp, you're not going to be as good as a computer scientist. That's not true at all. What I love about this environment and industry is that you can learn everything on the internet. And same with music. Just like in music, you just Google or you go to YouTube and you want to learn like scales, you want to learn music theory. It's everything out there. Same with computer science and programming in general. If you want to learn, there's free information for you to learn. And you can get even further than some people fresh out of college, or maybe a year or two, if you really put yourself up to the task to learn. So don't think you're limited if you go to the web development bootcamp thinking that, oh, I'm never going to have the theory that a computer scientist guy has out of the college. That's not true. You just have to put yourself to the task to learn those things. And it's a lot of theory. It's less practical, but you can still do it. And vice versa with a computer scientist. If you want to have practical knowledge, you can do it. You just have to put yourself to the task to learn how to code a full stack web page or a web application, better said. So how to do like backend. What backend do you like? Do you like Python? Do you like Node.js? Do you like C#? Do you like Java? Frontend. What frontend do you like? What database do you like? Do you like SQL? No SQL? How do you make migrations? How to, like whatever topic do you want? Now, in software development, because at least that's what I'm interested in. There's more things to software development when you study computer science, but at least that's what I'm interested in. And in software development, there's more things other than software than web development. Sorry. There's mobile development. There's desktop applications development. There's database management, networks management. There's robotics. There's so many things that you can do. And same thing as a web development bootcamp attendee, you can still also learn these things too. So don't get discouraged. So now that I've went through all this, I'm gonna give you like the pros and cons, and depending on your situation, which one should you go for. So in my situation, like 2 years and a half ago, I wanted to do like a very drastic career change, and for me, time was of the essence. So even though the bootcamp costs, in my case, it was $10,000. I see it as an investment. You're investing a lot of money in a very short amount of period of time, and that way you're gonna earn, say, like the average salary is like, say, 60K. So you're investing 10K, and you're gonna get in return 50K in a year. I think that's amazing. That like there's no explanation for me to tell you that it's a really good investment. So you're gonna get your money back 5 times more. So that's great. But yeah, that's what you're getting. Even though it's expensive, I really recommend you to take the web development bootcamp. You're making an investment, and you're gonna get it in return very, very fast. You can say that you're gonna get your money. You're gonna get 10K back in what? I don't have a calculator, but just make the division. 600K divided by 12, so that's what you get in a month. And you just want to know in how many months it takes to get to 10K, and that's it. And you can make the calculation on your own. But yeah, that's one thing. Now, if you have the time and you really don't have like a time constraint, and you know that you like software development, I do think that computer science has something valuable to offer, which I really like. They also teach you a lot of maths. You can choose to take physics, and they teach you a lot of topics that maybe they don't teach you practical things, but they teach you how to think and how to solve problems, which is, I think, more important than the practical knowledge. Because once you know how to go around or think about problems, then you can tackle anything. You can learn anything, and you'll be better at your job. So I think those would be like the splits on whether you should choose a web development bootcamp or a computer science. So first is time. If time is of the essence, go for the web development bootcamp. And the second one is money. If you don't have like enough money to spend on a tuition, and you don't want to go in debt, it would be definitely better to go into web development bootcamp. And after that, just go to a web page of any university, look at the curriculum that the computer science degree asks you to go through, and just take the computer science classes that you're interested in. And the bullshit classes, don't take them. So for example, I'm actually going to make this small so you guys can see. So I'm going to go into BS in Computer Science, University of Miami. This is where I'm going, and where I'm attending computer science. And I'm going to do it in 2 years, so I've skipped a lot of the BS curriculum. But you can go to any university. It doesn't have to be this one. If you want to check Stanford, go like check Stanford, Caltech. I don't know which other Harvard, whatever you want. They're very similar. They all have almost the same classes. The differences are very minimal, but nonetheless. So you see the computer science classes here. So computer programming 1. What is computer programming 1? So, history of computing, fundamentals of algorithms, problem solve, blah, blah. This is really easy, by the way, so don't worry. Computer science 220. And you Google that. You Google, computer programming 1, I don't know, whatever. You look for the description of the classes, and you Google like what topics do they teach in these classes, and you go to YouTube, and you go through every single class that you're interested in. I would say one of the most important are data structure and algorithms, very important. System programming, theory of computing, Principles of computer operating systems, databases, networks, and I think that's about it. Like that's the core. That's like the core. Everything else, it's whether you like it or not, in my opinion. Oh, and sorry, this one too. Computer organization architecture. I don't know if they name it differently, but at least that's how they name it in my university, which basically they teach you how to add, subtract, multiply, binary. They teach you about logic gates, about circuits, how do the logic works. So that's also very important. Computer organization architecture. So it doesn't really mean that you have to go to this university. Go to any university. Go check the curriculums, compare curriculums, and that way you can save yourself money on just learning YouTube. I'm actually posting some videos on some of the classes that I think that are important, and I try to put what I learned. Maybe I'm missing, I don't know, subjects and topics on my videos, but I try to put everything that I learned on YouTube so you guys can learn for free. But yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to talk about it. Hopefully you guys can make a better informed decision, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.